Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the Mic Drop series. This is our month long installment of where we celebrate women of excellence, experts in their own right, who are doing the damn thing inside of the zone of their genius. So, I am so excited to be here with you today, and I am talking to the systems strategist. I'm your girl, Paula Marie, aka the Ebony Biz Diva, and I am your business coach. I am your visibility coach. I help you to get super, super clear and strategic about three things: your imaging, so that you're attracting your tribe, your video content, so that you are educating and informing, and that good old SEO, i.e., keyword optimization, because you got to get found on these internet streets, people. If nobody can find you, do you really have a business? I don't know, but that's what I do when I work with my peeps. I'm also a Pinterest strategist, and I help you to dig into that untapped market of almost 500 million monthly users who are looking for the solutions that your products and your services are delivering. And I am super excited because I have GaVonne Hamilton here, and we are going to talk about systems. Your business cannot grow, your systems cannot work if you do not know how to put them into your business and which ones you need for your business. So, we're going to talk about that. But before we get started, make sure that you are following Ebony Biz Diva TV. Okay. And I need you to also make sure that you click on the description and get that link so that you can get your freebie tool bag. Each and every expert has given a free tool in the zone of their genius to help you to take the first step and maybe some things that you've been procrastinating about, didn't really know how to get started. We've got workbooks, we've got video tutorials, we've got free consultations. The bag is full of all of that. So I need you to be able to grab that. And we have over 12 experts that are inside of the Mic Drop series, which means that you have a freebie bag full of 12 gifts waiting for you with your name on it. So make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to Ebony Biz TV and click the link in that description and get that freebie tool bag. Let me bring on my girl. Hey, what's going
Hey,
on?
how are you?
I'm good. How are
I'm
you?
well today. Thank you.
Listen, I'm not going to waste the people's time. They sick of talking to me and hearing my voice. I want you to go and to introduce yourself, let the people know what your superpowers are, and also like what's in the freebie tool bag. What did you give inside the freebie tool bag?
Okay. Well, thank you. First, thank you so much for inviting me today. I've been following the series and been getting a lot of gems along the way. So, thank you for adding me as a part of that. I'm GaVonne. I am your system strategist, right, and productivity expert. I'm also the founder of Spark in University, and my why, basically, I just want to change lives, and that's why I do what I do. So, um, I help women basically achieve their goals, maximize their performance, and live a life that they love. Right? That's all we want, right? Is to live our best life. So that's what I do, and I use project management and positivity and productivity or process improvement to help you accomplish all those different things, right? Because we talked about systems, and that's what I do. And those things build the type of systems that you need to be successful, not only in your business area, but also in your personal life. So, how did I get here? Basically, all right. So, I'm a mom of a seven. Okay. And at the time, I was working like five jobs. Yeah, five jobs for real. I'm not exaggerating. So, I had a full time, a part time, a seasonal, and then I had another part time, and then I freelanced on the side. Yeah, that's a lot, right? So, so basically, with trying to juggle my family my business, and just life in general, I just crashed. I just burnt out, and I was like, it has to be something better than this, right? So it wasn't until basically I um reclaimed my life by balancing my life and work with my self-care. We always forget about that self-care. And I balanced that. And then also I wanted to reclaim my time. And the only way I can do that is by becoming productive and strategic. And by becoming productive and strategic, I was able to make time for the things that I love once again. And then I needed to reignite my passion. So I did that by aligning my business goals with my personal goals, because a lot of times we start a business, but it's not really in line with what we value. And if you don't do that, then you're not really moving in your passion, and then it becomes a job, not a chore, and then you're losing that ability to make that impact that you really want to make. And then lastly, I needed a supportive community. You can't do this by yourself. And when I said a community, I'm talking about someone who can also identify with my struggles as a solopreneur. Everybody can give you that encouragement, but everyone doesn't understand that path that you walk as a solopreneur. And so that's what I did.
Listen, that crash and burn is serious for
It
us.
is.
The crash, I want to like take a second and really talk about the crash and the burn, because
Mhm.
this entrepreneurial life is not for the faint at heart.
No, it's
I'm
not.
telling you, the struggle is definitely real. And because we are so creative,
Mhm.
we're just, Black women are just creative beings. We can multitask. We have so many different talents and so many gifts. Sometimes honing in on the gift that
Mhm.
is the one gift or the two gifts, or for in my case, the three gifts, right? That you're going to focus on, getting to that place of how to mold that thing like clay so that it works for you can be
Mhm.
very tiring and exhausting. And for me, I understand that burnout.
Yeah.
There's the physical burnout,
Mhm.
there's the emotional burnout, there's the psychological and
Yes.
mental burnout, right? And I just quit my good job. Oh, let me take a sip of that, because baby, cheers to that.
Yo, good job.
I had a good job. I mean, I'm in the DMV area, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. My full time job, my profession is in fitness. I'm a fitness manager.
Mhm.
I put together programs. I hire instructors. I plan programming for fitness centers. That's what I do. I've worked in every major entity here. My resume, you can wallpaper with your living room, your den, and have some left over for your bathroom. I'm that chick, okay?
Right?
um but even though I enjoyed what I did, the entity that I was working for was draining me, because
Mhm.
they did not, they stifled my creativity. And so when you don't find what you need or want or require in one place, we're human beings. We figure it out someplace else.
Yes.
And so
Mhm.
that's pretty much how my business was born. I was pretty much working with clients before, but I really started working with clients during the pandemic and realized that I've always been doing that. I've always been coaching. I've always been growing. I've always
Mhm.
been cultivating. So that
Just
was the
doing it different way.
passion that you speak to.
Mhm.
But the burnout here, when you are not being recognized as the expert that you are not being recognized for the genius that you hold,
Mhm.
when you are not being recognized as a viable and valid person and entity in the place where you are generating income for them, you are
Yeah.
generating revenue for them, and you're not even being valued, that's a hard thing. And that's why we as women build businesses for the most part, because number one, we're creative, okay, and
Mhm.
we can make money in our sleep, period. But at the other part of it, we want to be valued, and who's going to value us more than anybody else? But working and trying to piece
Mhm.
together a half a dollar here, a quarter of a dollar here, a tenth of a dollar here, it's not worth it. It's not worth your mental. So I literally took a pay cut myself, because I know
Yeah.
I can make this money. I know I can make money. I'm what? I can make money. So making money isn't the issue for me.
Mhm.
And since I've done that, even though my revenue is dependent on how I move, my
Mm.
mental is amazing.
Yeah.
My mental. So let's
But
talk about the mental for you.
yeah, because all right. So the whole reason why Sparking University came, if you notice, is
Wait a
Spark
minute, wait a
in
minute.
you.
Wait a minute. What is it first? Don't tell us how it came. Tell us what
Spark
it is.
in you, right? So Sparking University, I have an education background. So I've been in the field of education for over 20 something years. And then so that's where the university part came. But Spark University, basically all I do is I provide professional and personal development training or courses or solutions, right? So that is what I do. And I use basically live training. And since I'm a teacher or I'm an educator, I like hands-on activities. So a lot of my courses are not just like you just going through whatever. I like to tap in because I believe that's solutions, right? So university, that's where it comes from. The courses sparking you, because we all have a spark within ourselves. The thing is as women, and I chose women because a lot of times our light diminishes, right? We have that spark, but it's either because of life circumstances or Paula, as you said, you're not valued, right? And that's what brought me to this point because I have so many talents and I always thought that those talents were assets. So do computers. I'm into technology. I had told you I have education and training. I have project management, all this different stuff, databases. I can do all those different things. And I always thought that made me marketable. But when I tried to transition from one field to the next, it wasn't seen as being marketable. It was being seen as, man, we don't know where to put you at. We don't know where you fit in this, in this company. And I just became discouraged. And then also, I wanted the freedom to be me. A lot of times, as a woman of color, we're not seen as who we are. I get vocal, I get passionate. And just because I'm vocal or passionate, I'm not angry. And I just wanted the freedom to be me. And I wanted the freedom to be there for my children when I wanted to. And all those things, I realized that I wasn't the only one going through that. As women, we want to be there for our families. We want to be our authentic selves. We want to be appreciated and valued for the talents and the different things that we have, right? And so that's what I do with Spark University. I ignite women to live life boldly, passionately, and purposefully. And without those three things working together, we're just going through life, watching life passes by, right? So that is what I use Sparking University for.
Yeah, I love it
Thank
because
you.
I think it's important for us as women to, when we start to, like your body, and I'm going to tell you something about your body will tell you when things are not right. You will think it, but your body will tell you when things are not right. The way our bodies are built, it's this amazing like mechanism where everything kind of connects together. So when you're in your job and you're feeling and you're thinking, am I being treated well? Am I happy here? Your body's going to tell you. Your body's going to tell you there's going to be back pain, there's going to be migraines, there's loss of appetite, can't sleep, oversleeping. You know what I'm saying? Like irritability, high blood pressure. Your body will take on all of these things. And those are just some of the examples. So when you are thinking, okay, they don't know where to put you, that's code for you too boss for them.
You're right. And I think I shouldn't be seen as a threat. I look at it as being a threat. I should be an asset to your company. Like you have somebody who has all these different talents and all these different values that they can bring and make your business better, right?
Right.
And I realized that they want you to diminish your light, your value. And it literally, it does. It makes you sick because you're not being what you were created to be, your best self, right? So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's not even it's not even that you're a threat. This is the part that bothers me. And yes, we are having a session on the corporate and all of that because I think it's super important. They want to take all of your genius. They want to take all of your talents. They want to use them to for their maximum capacity, right? But they don't want to elevate you for all of your gifts. But they want to take from you because you got something they need. You got something that they want, but they do not want to compensate you for it. They do not want to recognize you for it. And then when you are fearless enough to ask for it, that's when you're being aggressive. That's when you're seen as a threat. Because how dare you verbalize the things that you want and require and need in your to maintain your life, to maintain your livelihood, right? So yeah, it's important for us as entrepreneurs to understand what that feels like in here because I felt it, GaVonne has felt it. So you've got two women here that are saying we felt the same things. We built things out of the need and the urgency to be valued and to also value the people that we work with in our clients. So what type of clients do you work with, GaVonne?
I work with women who are ready for change.
I'm ready,
So,
girl.
like,
I'm ready.
right? They're like, this ain't it. It has got to be something more. And I am looking for more. And those are the individuals I'm ready for because you have to be ready for to embrace the change in order to make the change, right?
Right.
So, giving you all these techniques and all these strategies, it's like me with losing weight. Now, I know you say you're a fitness person, but like I keep saying, yeah, I need to lose weight. Girl, I'm still the same size I was when I said last year I want to lose this weight. Why is it? Because I'm not ready for the change. Because when I get ready and I get tired of my personal situation, believe me, this weight gonna come off, right? So it's the same thing with our businesses, or with our personal lives. I can't help you unless you are ready to put in that work and make that change. So those are the individuals that I work with. But I focus with women because um, we have so much that we go through, and I just really want us to live a bold and passionate and fulfilling life. And I see so many of us, we get so bogged down with the cares of life, the cares of our family, with the job. We lose ourselves and our life, and then we're just going through life. We're just going through the motions of life, but we're not really living that life as bold, as passionate as we should be. So
Yeah. And I think also women attract women. I think women see parts of themselves, if it may be who they used to be, who they aspire to be, who they need to be. They see parts of themselves or missing pieces of themselves in us as coaches, and they want to put those pieces together and find their own within us as we coach. So I do think that you attract what you give off and what you send. So let's go to the freebie tool bag because you gave us some really great, amazing things inside the tool bag. And I want to make sure people understand and recognize there are 12 different freebies inside of this tool bag. So it's important for you to understand that you may not even know how to start writing a book, but there's an author who has written for major celebrities that is my bestie since the third grade. And she is a beast and an expert in how to write and publish, how to get started, how to even get that thing started. We've got some of you are trying to launch some really big things, but you may not know how to even begin that launch, right? What do you do first? There is a one-page launch guide that is in here that Demetria Samuels has given you that lets you know, okay, these are the bullet points of what I need to hit. And it's one page because she know you busy and you ain't got time to read a whole lot. You just want the nuts and the bolts, okay? We know that creating content is an issue for you. And so Saida has given us a whole workbook on how to create content easily. These are just examples of some of the things that are inside of the freebie tool bag. Now, what you got in here? What is it? What do you have in here for the people that is going to set them free? Okay.
Girl, I got some good stuff.
Okay.
That's why I call it a kit, right? So, in my productivity kit, I have all type of good things. So, first we need a planner, right? So, a lot of times, because a productivity kit for solopreneurs. So, we need to start with that planning, get focus on our week. How are we going to execute the things that we want to do? And then when you're strategic and intentional about your things, you can get more done. So I have that weekly planner in there. I also have a what I call a grow and glow reflection sheet. And in that grow reflection sheet, reflection is key to our progress, right? And to our success. So you can't move forward until you assess the things that you did, find out what's working, what wasn't working. And then you can plan better for the future, right? So then I also have inside there a positive playlist. I call it my positive vibes playlist because we all have moments in our day or in our time when we are feeling down and we just got to get ourselves together. You know, that's something that maybe you can play in the morning to get your day started right. So I have a what I call my positive vibes playlist. And then inside that playlist, I have what you would call secular music, and I also have a gospel playlist too, because you know some individuals they just like gospel music, but you have that availability, right? Then you also have in there what else I got in there? I have I believe it's one more item in there. But I also have different things that you can use. Oh, I know what. My gadgets, right? My tools. So these are the things that I use personally to help me be more productive in the things that I do. So like we talked about systems, right? So you have to use different applications for your systems. And so I try to vet things and I just suggested things that tools I've actually used. So I have like I like Airtable. So like that's in there. All these different things to help you. And the good thing about it, they're all free because I know as a solopreneur, sometimes our funds are limited. So all the tools that I recommend are free. Isn't that wonderful? Because sometimes we think that in order to start a business, we have to have all this money to start different things. Yeah, you do have to have something, you know, but you can get some things done with free tools. And some of these do have like where you can elevate to a paid plan, but you don't have to because most of these I don't even have the paid version. So that's what's inside my toolkit.
Yeah, I was literally just I just got off of Clubhouse. I do a room every Monday on Clubhouse on affiliate marketing. And a lot of people were dropping a lot of paid programs. But I'm the queen of free 99. So if you follow me on YouTube, you know that I'm the queen of free 99. And the reason why is that we do have to elevate at some point in time. But when you're starting your business and you don't really know what you need, and you don't know how to use systems, and you don't know how to use the tools, a lot of people are brand new entrepreneurs. They're buying the platforms that have all the bells and whistles that you really should have, but you don't know how to use them because you haven't played in them first. So I am a true advocate of getting something for free that you will use, because if you get something that you will actually use, then you will learn what you like and what you don't like. You will learn what to look for and what not to look for. And you will learn how to grow your business. And as you start to grow your business and grow your revenue streams, then you can upgrade and elevate to those bigger, better, more platforms. So I'm a big proponent of free 99 and starting to use the tools to develop the systems. And you will elevate. Like I started with MailChimp. I think everybody starts with MailChimp. I really do. But I started with MailChimp just because I wanted automations. And for me, automations were really good. I wanted to make sure that I understood automations. Working with MailChimp got me used to creating automations, but it also helped me to figure out the deficits that I didn't have in that particular platform. So I was ready to level up like 3 years later because it was time. But I would never have been able to use ConvertKit to the capacity that I'm using it in and be a beta tester for them because I love them so much had I not played in MailChimp first and done the free version. So definitely, let me read off some of this stuff because I got it on the board. Inside of the freebie toolkit with 12 experts who have given free tools inside of the freebie tool bag. Miss GaVonne has dropped not one, which was what was asked of her. She gave us 4 additional ones. So that means that our 12 just went to 16. We have 16 free tools that are inside of our tool bag. The link is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. And if you go into the description, you'll be able to click that link and add that tool bag from each and every one of the presenters, not just from GaVonne. But there's a weekly planner, there's a productivity tools and apps, positive vibes list, virtual co-working sessions, grow and glow reflection sheet. I love this. Let me tell you why. Because inside of my coaching community, the Problem Slayer Academy, every month we work on something different. So the first month we worked on what is your authentic visual brand voice? Like, who are you? What makes you look? What makes Paula look different than GaVonne when we head and shoulders right beside each other? Not how do we outshine each other? How do we show up differently? That's super important. Then the second month, we worked on imaging. What types of imaging and what does that feel like? What do your images feel like for the people that are watching them, looking at them? Does it make them want to take action or does it make them want to scroll? Right. So we did a whole month on that. This month we were supposed to be working on video content, but baby, we had to go back to the basics. We had to go back to the weekly planner, the monthly planner, the annual plan that we talked about in December. I did a whole 2-hour workshop with them and we planned our whole year out. But because we're hitting this third quarter, we had to go back to the plan. So I'm loving the fact that inside of the gifts that you've given us, that not only is there a weekly planner, but there's a grow and glow reflection sheet because you've got to go back and reflect on what worked, what didn't work, maybe something you didn't think of when you was planning it out that you want to add in. You can change the pieces of the puzzle. I love that. So your grow and glow reflection sheet, what was your why for that?
Well, okay. So, like I said, I'm a certified project manager professional, right?
Okay, say that one
So
more time, Queen. I don't think they
I
heard you.
am a
Okay.
certified
Mm-hmm.
project management professional. That
Mm-hmm.
means I sat through that exam and I came through with my PMP certification.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that, I realized that a lot of things that you do for business, you can actually apply to your personal life.
Mm-hmm.
So, one of the last steps, if you're doing project management and you're doing a predictive cycle, is your closing, right? You close
Right.
out your project. And one of the things that you do when you close out your project, you look at your lessons learned and you use those lessons learned to feed into future projects. So, the glow and grow
Wait a
reflect
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait
what?
a minute. I don't want you to skip over that. You because that's a whole word. You use your lessons learned to what?
To feed into your future projects.
You mean that means you got to go back to go
Yeah,
forward? Is that
you
what you
sure
just?
do. You're right. You can't. You have the past impacts the future, right? So with the glow and grow, now that's the teacher in me. I don't want to just look at the negative, right? And I don't like negative terms. So that's my grow. What areas do I need to grow in? What areas can I, what things or improvements can I do to make this process be better, right? And then where did I shine? Because also, I think we forget to celebrate our small, even our small accomplishments. So like, let's say, let's go back to to doing a healthy lifestyle, right?
Mhm.
Let's say maybe I didn't lose the pounds that I wanted to lose, but one of my weaknesses is drinking Coca-Cola.
Oh, child.
So, yeah, I know, right? So now I've gotten to the point where I can drink, instead of drinking two of those big gulps every day, now I can drink one can a week. And to me, that is progress
It's a
because
lot of progress.
yes. So, but to some people, that is just is small. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Or it's
didn't
not
lose
enough.
weight,
Or
but
it's
I
not
made a
enough.
change. Yes. You need to
Yes.
celebrate the small things because those small things add up to a big change. Just like how those little pennies, 100 of those add up to $1. Those little small changes make big changes along the way. And so that's why I did the glow and grow, because I want to look back at the things I want to do different, the areas
Right.
I need to improve in, but I also want to celebrate the good things that happen along the way. And then use that to feed into what steps do I plan to take next to reach those goals that I want to meet.
Exactly. You
Mm-hmm.
do have to step back. You do have
You
to
do.
reflect, and you need systems in order to do that.
Yes.
It's really difficult to step back and analyze what worked and what didn't work, why it even worked or why
Mm-hmm.
it didn't work. And that's the most important. It's not what worked and didn't work, it's the why it didn't
Yeah.
work. What effort was made, what didn't you do that day? It could be something as simple as I posted 3 times a week the first month and then I fell off the second and the third. Well, there you go. That's your why. You know,
Yep.
it could
Mm-hmm.
be that I woke up and I made a list every week of before I went to the grocery store, and then I fell off and just started
Mm-hmm.
going to the grocery store and buying what I habitually have been buying, for like
Mm-hmm.
the last few
Yep.
years, versus staying focused on the list of things that I'm trying to cultivate into this new system for me. So
Exactly.
everything is habitual.
But it's also consistent too. Consistency is key. You
Yeah.
don't have it because you kept saying, okay, well, I posted in the beginning, but then I fell off. Or I made this list and then I fell off. Well, consistency. So, right, we need that. And with systems, I think people think systems have to be these big, elaborate things. They don't have to be. A system is a series of steps or processes that you use to accomplish one particular thing, right? One particular goal.
That's the
So
education. That's the educator in her, y'all. That's the educator in her.
I had to break it down, just had to break it down, had the little hand motions, right? So, but that's all it is. And so, as an entrepreneur, if you're looking at systems, what key systems do you need to get started? I feel that um you need a system for, like, I think automation is awesome because it frees up your time to do other things. And I know everything can't be automated, but figure out what you want to do and how you can use that to connect other things, right? But I do think you need something for email. You need communication. So figure out how you want to communicate with your clients or with your customers. And the system would be like, how does that welcome email? And girl, Paul, I gotta say, your email system is on it. Your text messages and everything was wonderful. So yes, it was just, and it just follows up, and then you come
Thank you,
back with the replay. I mean, with the
girl.
reply and the call to action. So, but email is essential because you have to have that communication with your customers. Then you also need, if you are doing content, because as most solopreneurs or entrepreneurs, even to do this right here, you had to make a thumbnail or whatever it may be, right? So, what are you using to do your graphics, and what is the process that you do to make sure that you don't miss out on anything, right?
Right.
And then, but my key thing, because I'm the productivity expert, I like productivity systems because time is a precious commodity because you can't get that back, right?
Right.
Once it's gone, it's gone. So What do you have in your productivity system? That's your calendar. Calendars are essential. And it can be your personal calendar, but it can also be one that you use for scheduling with your clients, right? So, like back to the Mama Seven, I, I live, if it wasn't on that calendar, it didn't get done. And that calendar directed everything I did throughout my day, my week. And I don't do no last minute planning. If it wasn't on the calendar 2 days prior, it doesn't get done. So same thing with your business. Stay organized with that. Have a calendar. Do you have a file system? So like for my calendar, Google Calendar is awesome because it integrates with almost everything.
Yeah.
You can use it on Android and on iPhone. So it's and you can share it. So you can share your calendar. Then do you have a filing system? Google Drive is great for that. You can you can even sort all your documents, you can share files, you can do all those different things. Then you need something like a note taking. How are you organizing or jotting those things down that come to mind? You can use something like Evernote or maybe your Google Keeps or something like that. All those are free, the free things that you can use. Then you also want something where you can just have all your planning and everything in one place, and that is your calendar. But also maybe color code um your system, because also with the calendar you want to include the time that you're going to work on getting your business together, and that is
Right.
something. And it doesn't have to be. I used to be like, oh my gosh, your skip as a mom with all those, your schedule is never what you thought it was going to be. And so I plan this time to focus on my business, but then I got to take somebody to the doctor. Or I got to pick somebody up from school. And then the time that I had allotted to work on my business is not getting done. But it's not about when you do it, as long as you do it. So set aside, just say, okay, I'm going to do 2 hours for my business um this week, right? Or do 2 hours. So let's do a total of 4 hours. If you do a total of 4 hours a week, it could be 1 hour a day. It can be 2 hours, 2 days. I don't care how you do it, but say I'm going to do 4 hours. And those 4 hours in the month, you didn't set aside 20 hours towards your business at the end of the month. But look, you just started with that one little hour, and it doesn't have to be a set time. 11 o'clock every day, I'm going to do this. Just make sure that on that day you get it done. And
Right.
then that is your system for for beating procrastination. Right? So yeah,
Yeah. And overwhelmed too. Like
that too.
systems keep you from being overwhelmed. Thank you so much for even like shouting out my automations. It's one email at a time. I tell people just start with one email. You ain't got to build out a whole list of 10. Just I
Mhm.
literally just I will create a landing page and I will build the welcome and that's it. And then maybe like a week or a month later I'll do another one and I'll add it on because it really depends on my time, but
Yeah.
it also depends on what's the most pressing in my world. A welcome email is maybe enough to get you
Yeah.
in and excited and for me to touch you, but I'm going
Mhm.
to touch you in some other ways as well. So I appreciate that shout out. And the calendar, let me tell you, I always talk about my calendar. This is my calendar. This is my
Okay.
calendar.
Mhm.
I've had this type of calendar for 25 years. I need
Wow.
a calendar where I have a page for the whole month in
Gotcha.
the box.
Mhm.
And then after that, I need a line item from the morning to the afternoon because
Okay.
I write out. So there, if I go back and flip on March 21st,
Mhm.
2022, your name gonna be there.
Yes.
So I wrote. So that's how I think. I can pull calendars from 10 years
Mhm.
ago, and I can remember I did something in the month of July. Let me go and find it because that's how my brain works.
Mhm.
This is my
Yep.
Capricornism, and I'll go back to that journal and that calendar and I'll find it because I wrote notes fitness conference that I was in, and I know I went in July of like 1999. That's just how my brain
But
works.
you know what? The key thing is you said you use something that works for you. Because a lot of times, and I'm not knocking programs or people who I have my favorites, right? But I know, for example, everybody loves Notion. Notion is the big N word, right?
Never
I can't
heard of
I
that.
can't stand Notion. It doesn't work for me.
What is it?
Notion it's whatever you want it to be.
Oh, well, I don't want it.
You can take notes, you can import calendars and all that different
Mhm.
stuff in it. And it works for some people. Like one student, I was like, "Oh, what is that you got going?" She had made that was her Notion. I was like, "Oh wow, now if I see Notion look like that, then maybe I'll use it." But it's you can build it to suit your needs. But I find it too
You
I don't
got to
like it.
build
It,
it.
just, it
I don't
doesn't
want to
work for me.
build it. Yeah, I don't want to build
Yeah.
nothing. I just want to put stuff
So,
in it.
but the key thing is, it's not about what everybody is selling, right? It's not what the shiny object is of right now. Because back in the day, it was Evernotes.
Yeah,
Now it is Notion. Whatever it may be that works for you. You like paper. I like digital. It's not about what the tool is. It's how you're using whatever it is that you're using to be more efficient.
right.
So it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it works for you. Because like my best friend love paper. I'd be like, okay, me, my paper and it got scribbled on, it got Cheeto crumbs all on it. I can't, no, paper, I done lost it somewhere. Digital, but I always have my phone or my
Yep.
laptop or my
I'm right
tablet with
here.
me. Yeah.
Right here with
So
my phone.
so that means I have all my stuff, right? So for me, that works for me though. But the key thing is it's not so much what you're using, because even in my solopreneur kit, I suggest different things. I just recommend those things because I use those. I know they work for me, but maybe you don't like Airtable. I think Airtable is awesome. It's like
I can't
Excel on
stand it.
steroids.
I can't. I can't.
I get excited when I talk about apps and stuff. So
I can't with Airtable. It's too much for me.
see, all right, but just like how people like either you're a Asana or you're ClickUp or you know what I'm saying? I don't like Asana and I don't, I just feel, and then also my key takeaway, use tools for what they are meant to do. You you can't you want to know why you're not getting the solutions that you're looking for is because you're using tools that wasn't made or designated for this to be that. Asana and ClickUp is a collaboration tool, right? And everybody wants to call it a project management tool. I wouldn't necessarily label it as a project management tool because there's different things that you need in order for that to manage a project, but it is good for collaboration. It is good for task management, and task management is not project management. So
Okay, wait a
those
minute.
different things
Can you give us a definition
of
in
what
your
project management.
in task management? What
Task
is the
is just what it
difference?
is. It's like your to-do list, right?
Right.
These are the things that you need to accomplish to get done for the day. And it's like your checklist. You can check things off. And a lot of people who use Asana, they use it maybe for a team. And let's say if I'm using it for content, then I can share and people can see what I'm doing, the progress I'm making, and I'm giving duties to different people. Those are tasks, right? Project management encompasses more than just tasks. It is budgeting, it is scheduling, it is how are you building with your customers, like what a lot of people call CRMs. You might have that built into there. That's your customer registration, something management or something like that. But all these different things, your planning, all that is in one particular tool. I shouldn't have to integrate all these different tools into
Right.
a particular program to do that. Now I can do that and I can build it the way I want to. But once again, you're trying to
That
make
is
this
not.
round thing fit into this square hole. And then you're wondering why you can't get everything that you want.
Right.
And a lot of tools are not meant to be your everything to end all.
Right.
They're designed for a particular purpose. Use it for its purpose. And
Right.
then you'll find the solutions that you need. But it's all about becoming efficient. That's all.
Oh wow. GaVonne, this was amazing. I can't even
Thank
believe the
you.
time went by so
Right? Oh, yeah, right?
quick. Like the time went by so quick. First of all, thank you for giving me your time
Thank you for
and
having me.
sharing your expertise and showing the world that you can come from 5 jobs on burnt out heel, right? And
Mhm.
figure out how to climb your way out of it. Was
Yes.
there ever a time that you felt like you had these ideas for your business and you felt like, I'm overwhelmed, I shouldn't do it, maybe I should just quit? Was
Girl,
there
yesterday.
ever?
Yesterday. No. I think that comes up periodically, right? Because it's a cycle, right? So, yeah, but when I first started, it was just like, I think it's fear that holds someone back because this was a new realm for me, right? But then it's not a new realm. I've always been teaching and I've always been motivating and I've always been doing these different things, just not in this platform. You know what I'm saying? So, um, but sometimes you wonder, is this the time? Is this the time for me to do this now?
Right,
Or is so much other things that's coming into your life? I just think you have to make it, what is your priority at the time? How much do you want it? Is it something that is of value to you and that you feel is essential right now? Because sometimes you do, you realize that maybe I can't do this right now, but you may not be able to do the whole scale, do bits of it, you know? So I also offer project management training. So I was like, do I want to do project management training? That really doesn't go with what I want to do. But then it is because I talk about project management and planning and all that different stuff, right? So, but I started off with, I didn't do the whole big gamut of everything that I want to do. Just start off with one little course or one little area. And maybe it won't be a full time. Like you said, you left your full time to do your passion. It may not be that. You just have to start off with something small to lead up to your next thing. So don't get
right.
discouraged. It's coming. It's gonna come.
Yeah. And I like how you said, is it time? Is it time? Because
Mhm.
it seems like everything always piles itself on
It
you
does.
when you're trying to make your
Your
shift
breakthrough.
or your
Hmm.
pivot, right?
Yeah.
And you got to literally break down to
Hmm.
break through.
Yes.
Like, because I always say, my granddaddy used to say, you're always carrying stuff you don't need to be carrying.
Hmm.
And you got to break down to get rid of some of that load so that
Yeah.
you can stand up. And I like to I like the fact that you talked about fear, because I'm always saying that it's either be fearful or fearless.
Yeah.
And which one are we picking today?
We picking fearless today.
We
That's what we
picking
picking today.
fearless because you in the
Hmm.
middle. You in the middle,
Hmm.
right? You at the crossroads. Are you going to be fearful? Or are you going to be fearless?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a T-shirt today with that on it.
All
Um,
right.
yeah. Listen, I am so excited for everybody who is going to click the link that's inside of the description and get the freebie tool bag with the 5 freebies that you dropped. Okay.
Well, thank you.
Um, and I am excited for everyone who wants to
Hmm.
connect with you by just grabbing your freebie. That puts them inside of your community when they do that. And that means that they're going to be able to learn how to grow their systems. And this is regardless of what their products and services are. This is regardless of what type of business they're in. This is regardless of where they reside. It is regardless
Hmm.
of who their clients are. We all need systems. We all need to know which systems will be the best for us to get to that. And I know
Hmm.
some people are thinking, oh, I can figure that out on my own. But remember, time is something when you're running a business that you just cannot waste.
No.
Time is the difference between generating revenue and spending
Hmm. Yep.
unwanted
Losing
expenses.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we definitely want to make sure we're maximizing and reclaiming our time with our systems.
Hmm.
Thank you so much for coming
Thank
on.
you. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
It is Women's History Month, and we are talking with women that are doing the absolute, I always say, damn thing. GaVonne Hamilton is out. She is my system strategist. I'm gonna pull her into my community so that she can help them with their systems and their strategy. Thank you so much, Queen. This is the installment of the Mic Drop series. We've got about maybe 4 more, and I cannot absolutely wait. And we have some amazing people that are coming in. And this actually has been brought to you by the Mind Body Reset Retreat, which is in Puerto Rico. This is in Puerto Rico in July of this year. So July the 13th through the 19th is where we will be, and we will be in sunny Puerto Rico, because it's important for you to also reset yourself, to recenter yourself, and come back refreshed for the next half of the year. That's me walking the streets of Puerto Rico. Okay, I did an amazing photo shoot there. We're going to replicate it and do it again. We're going to do tours on the countryside. We're going to enjoy the beaches, and our mansion is on the mountainside that is right next to the beach. We're going to enjoy private chefs. We're going to eat well. It's going to be a whole vibe. So I want you to make sure that you show up, and I want to make sure that you show out. There's information about that in the description as well. Thank you so much for showing up for the Mic Drop series. And there's another one that's coming up soon. We got a couple more days, and then Women's History Month is a wrap. But y'all know, women are always making history, honey. That's just how we go. Have an amazing day. Peace.